And and I don't want to get into this heavy mode right away. This is a heavy card for me, not in a bad way though. Just the high priestess. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by her. And like I said, she knows all. That looks like a scroll down there with some, that's that hidden information. That's that privileged information. That information that everybody isn't privileged to. Cancer, I feel like you have access to that information this month. And if you've been unwilling to take a look at that scroll before, I think you see what is written this month. And I think that may cause you to make some decisions and some choices, some things that you may have been waiting for a while, before you made a move on, before you made a decision about. I feel like this month that maybe you come into some understanding, some knowings, and some clearings of confusion, and maybe some letting go of fears that could help you to make these choices or these decisions, or possibly make these moves that you have been planning or have been wanting to make, or that have been kind of hanging around in the in the corners of your psyche for a while. So, let's see what's going on in personal life at home with the people that are close to you. Those things that are going on in your psyche and your subconscious. Those things that are going on in your dreams. Let's just see what's happening. Wow. Got the Faith card. So we got two major arcana right there on top of each other. And the Faith card, Cancer, I feel like that this is you. Whatever's going on in your personal life, and Cancer, I feel like that this, for a lot of you, has something to do with your religious and spiritual faith. Some of you may be coming to some different understandings about religion, politics, world affairs. I feel like some of you Cancers are doing what you do best in your personal life, and that is kind of hanging on to the past, hanging on to what's helping you, some of you Cancers, to get through as you start to discover these answers and make certain decisions about you and your life and your livelihood. I feel like a lot of you Cancers are going to be turning back to the things that are tried and true for you, the things that you may have learned as you grew up, things that were instilled in you in your childhood. I feel like for some of you, the emotional stability that you are needing this month is based on your traditional values. Let's see. Because there is a new moon in Aquarius. I don't know if I've mentioned that already, but we are under the new moon in Aquarius. And I was just saying, I was talking about it on my Facebook page, and one of the things that I was saying is, in regards to this new moon in Aquarius, where is it that you're wanting to go against the norm? You know what I'm saying? Where is it that you stand with your understanding of the collective consciousness and things like that? So Cancer, maybe there's some things that you are coming to an understanding about that is causing you to focus on your traditions, your faith. Maybe you are considering making some changes, but maybe you're really just tied to things, like I said, that you've always practiced, things that you've always done. But I feel like you are opening yourself up to all the answers, and not just the answers that you're seeing, all of the answers, and not just the answers that have been spoon fed to you. But, for some of you, I don't think that's going to change because you're emotionally tied to your, like I said, traditional regimens and practices. These are the things that make you feel emotionally secure. In the Mercury position, we're just going to talk about our communications with people, social media. This talks about, the things that go on in our community, the neighborhood. We've got the 10 of coins reversed in the Mercury position. And this card is governed by the energies of Mercury and Virgo, and it's in the reversed position. Maybe some of you are feeling like you've been bamboozled. Maybe some of you have poured your earnings into something and you really didn't take a good look at what you were putting out. Maybe you didn't think it through thoroughly. Maybe it was something that you've been putting into your faith, into your church, into an organization. But maybe now you're thinking you're coming up short. You're thinking maybe you didn't pay attention to the details. And now the truth of it is coming to light. You may have been working hard at something and expecting to, get something out of it. And maybe somebody is trying to take credit for what you've done. Maybe somebody is even being financially rewarded or compensated for some work that you've done. I really do feel like, Cancer, there's something going on maybe where you work. I don't know yet how and if this ties into this. But in one sense, I'm feeling like you've put some work into something. And I feel like your efforts are being missed or overlooked. And whether that's purposely or not, I feel like there's some details being missed. I feel like there is... I just feel like somebody's not getting the facts right. And I do feel like that you may be having some difficulties getting something that you want or somewhere you want to go, because I feel like somebody is keeping you from going full circle, because I feel like somebody may be taking credit for something that you've done. Or I feel like you might be losing. It's something that you've put a lot of consistency and hard work into. A lot of time, a lot of effort. You've been steadfast and strong, but may not be getting what you are worth, what you deserve. Maybe there need to be some renegotiations about things. Cancer, maybe some of you are seeing that you've stayed in a place for so long, because you are systematic, because you are very traditional, but I wonder if in this case, staying put could be costing you. For some of you Cancers, I'm feeling like a lack of movement could be costing you. And maybe you need to rethink. Maybe there's something that you feel like you just can't get. It's like you can't get a handle on it. But maybe there's some sort of movement that needs to happen. And like I said, I think you see the truth about some things. It's going to help you make some decisions. It's going to help you make some choices in some areas that you may have been holding back for. Maybe it's because you just didn't have the means to move. Man, Cancer, some of you I feel like didn't have the means to make the moves, but you've stayed true to you relied on your faith, you've relied on your instilled values and things like that to help you stand strong. Okay, let's see what's in the Venus position. The Venus can talk about a spouse, creative expression. It can talk about your money, how you give and receive love. It can talk about personal hygiene. Let's just see what what's going on in that area of life. Oh, we got the Ace of Coins. Okay. You saw the truth. You hung in there. You might not have been getting what you wanted, but something comes up for you, like a gift from the heavens. And I think that this will turn this situation around. If some of you are losing money to some sort of organization, Cancer, I'm just feeling like, where there may have been some bad choices made or some no choices made, or some moves. I feel like because you saw the truth and you hung in there, where you may have been feeling like or understanding that you were losing or there was more going out that's coming in, I feel like this is going to change for you, and where you may, Cancer, feel like you've been struggling, like a gift from the gods, something new is going to pop up for you. Okay, Cancer, the other thing too, let me say, I feel like some of you Cancers may be have been planning a wedding, but not thinking or not paying attention to all the money that you've been putting out to the church, to the priest, for the wedding party. And you may not have been knowing how you were going to make it, how you were going to completely fund this wedding. And I feel like for those of you Cancers who may be getting married, who may be headed to the altar, if you've been worried about money, something's going to come up for you. Yay, you may have been, feeling like you were breaking the bank. You may have missed some details, but something comes up for you. This is new wealth. This is new opportunity. This is new physical relationships. This could also be, some of you Cancers could be possibly having a baby christened or baptized, or there may be some sort of ceremonies or something that are going on with you Cancers. Some of you may be having baby girls. Cancer, I feel like some of you may be finding out that you are having a baby girl. Let's see what's going on in the Mars position. This is going to talk about where your passion lies, your aggression. This talks about our sex life. It's just about how we move. This is the soldier, the warrior. Mars can be impulsive, but Mars gets the job done. Mars doesn't really have a whole lot of discernment. Mars just wants to know which way to move so it can move and do what it came to do. So we have got the King of Cups in the Mars position. So Cancer, I feel like some of you could be getting on with what is a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. For those of you who have some things going on, you Cancers, I feel like your passion is towards this King of Cups. And I kind of feel like, Cancer, that this is somebody who can match with you emotionally. Now, the problem, Cancer, I'm feeling like some of you are just getting married to a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, and this is the priest. This is, and I struggle with this with the other side. I cannot think of what the name of the guy is, who proceeds over the wedding, who gives you, there's a name. I want it to sound smart, but damn it, I cannot, I can't think of what you call it. Anyway, the priest, the pastor, the rabbi, whoever it is that's performing your ceremony. I hate to streamline this, but wow, I just see somebody who's really pick up a strong vibe that some of you Cancers are headed towards the altar. Getting it all planned out. And while I think there may have been some misappropriation of funds at one point, I think that something new pops up for you Cancers. And, I feel like you Cancers are, hitching up with the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is going to do something. Maybe it is the King of Cups that you think of to, maybe it comes to you that this King of Cups can help you make $1 out of 99 cents. I don't know. Some of you Cancers, I feel like, may be getting married to this King of Cups, or maybe going to the next level with this King of Cups. For some of you Cancers, I feel like this is the person who you may have thought of, or who comes in to help you fix this financial situation that you may have been concerned about. Um, hmm. I feel, for whatever reason, I feel like this King of Cups and the Faith card have something to do with one another too. But I want to say right off the bat, man, we got two major arcana, both in the upright position, and we've got the Ace card, and this is some really. So far, I'm looking at what I think is some really good stuff. Besides this hiccup here, Cancer. I just really think that you come into some understanding or some knowing or something that really puts you on the path to where you've been trying to go. I feel like too for some of you, feel like some of you Cancers, you all may have had your eye on somebody. And some of you Cancers prayed for that person, but you may not have thought that you were going to get what you wanted. And then all of a sudden he shows up. He presents himself to you. And I feel like that this could be this Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces I talked about. So let's go ahead and move on to, did I show you guys the King of Cups? And I feel like this guy, before we move on, he's a loving guy. I feel like he's learned a lot, you know, over the course of his life, based on the personal relationships that he's been in, based on the things that he's put his heart and soul into. You know, I feel like this is somebody who, I feel like this is somebody who doesn't hesitate to put their emotions on display, but they don't look like a crazed lunatic when they do it. I feel like this is somebody who is very true to how they feel about things. Whoever this is and whatever he's coming into the picture for, I feel like this is somebody, if he's angry, he makes it clear that he's angry, but he does it in a way that is, you know, mature. And, you know, because of his experiences, I feel like he knows how to emotionally express himself in a way that, you know, no matter what that emotion is, it's received well and understood by the person that he presents those emotions to. I feel like this is somebody who certainly, while he is an emotional person, and you can't help but to know he's coming from where he's coming from, I just feel like he does this in a way that is acceptable. And for some of you Cancers, you may have been looking and really stayed fast in your mind and in your spirit, even though you may not have thought consciously that this was going to get you what you wanted. Cancer, the way it looks now, oh Lord, I hope it continues to go like this. It looks like you may be getting what you wanted. You see something truthful. Okay, we've got the Six of Swords in the Jupiter position, and I got excited and I didn't explain what the Jupiter position was about. And the Jupiter position is about the Jupiter position. Jupiter comes to expand things. It comes to bring good luck to things. You know, it comes to save you when other planets and other combinations and things are beating up on you astrologically, you know. The Six of Swords, which is what this is. This says to me that, you know, there's something that may have been causing you stress, which I think was this Ten of Coins. There's at the very least a temporary solution to that problem, and it's just ahead of you. It's like you're almost there, even if you were feeling like you were about to sink. I think that this Ace of Coins that pops up for you, think that it propels you on your way to getting a particular fix that you need for this situation. And I don't even really understand what I just said. I hope you did. But I feel like if you're looking for some solutions for something, they are just ahead of you. And I think that this is calling you too, because there is an opportunity that comes to you, like I said, for new wealth, for new opportunity. I feel like because there may have been some details missed, or you know, maybe you really, like I said, there's some details that have been missed, or some misappropriation of funds or something like that that made you feel like maybe you couldn't pull it all together. I feel like there's going to be some sort of need, though, for you to think outside of the box in order to utilize this new opportunity, this new wealth, this new situation that may be coming to you. The answers are just ahead of you. You're almost there. There is a, if it's only a temporary solution, if it's only a band-aid on a pipe, there is a temporary, at the very least, solution to your problem. And I think it's something that you just, Cancer, something as cliche as it sounds, just think outside of the box. Cancer, for some of you, I'm feeling like the solution may be in somebody that you've known for a while. Somebody that you have a good even exchange of give and take. Somebody, the you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And maybe this King of Cups. For those, whether or not this is in a situation where you're getting married, whatever situation this is, this King of Cups, I think, is very important to the situation. Some of you may be, like I said, marrying this King of Cups. And for some of you, this King of Cups may be the temporary solution to your problem or your issue or your concern. And I feel like for some of you Cancers, this is somebody that you're pretty friendly with. Somebody that you've known for a while. And like I said, I feel like that this person is a relationship. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Oftentimes you guys may do things for each other, without any expectation. I feel like this is somebody that you get along with quite well. And I feel like that this may be somebody that can help manifest this new opportunity, or maybe, loan you some money or give you some money and help turn your situation around. For some of you that may have missed something. For some of you who may have glossed over the details about something, there's a solution. And I think the King of Cups has something to do with it. I feel like I'm rambling like hell, and we're already 37 minutes into the video. Let's talk about the Saturn position. The Saturn position is about, this Saturn wants to make you responsible. Saturn wants to make you a grown-up. Saturn wants you to be the authority and the master of what it is that you do in this life. Saturn is about karma. It's about it's time. Saturn is also about, a lot of times about the older energies, older people, who rules the government. And, like I said, authority. Let's just see. And Saturn can also be about obstacles and restrictions. Saturn is the taskmaster. In the Saturn position, we have the Death card. So there's definitely some sort of transformation here. Where you were feeling some sort of restriction, Cancer, something definitely happens, and it may be in your darkest hour, Cancer, where things may seem to get scary to you. But you know, you already know what the truth is. The truth is, you already, you if you don't know it yet, Cancer, you already have the answer. Whether or not your answer is in knowing who this guy is, or knowing who to go to, or knowing what this opportunity is. Cancer, something is telling me that if you have some sort of problem and it has to do with you and losses, something is telling me to tell you to look back. The answers that you need, and I've stepped all the way from marriage, so you know, this could certainly be about a ceremony or paying for a ceremony or something like that. But you know, again, I feel like something is telling me, Cancer, to tell you to look back, look at the hidden, and you're so able to do that. You already have it. It's something in your subconscious that leads you to the right person, whether that leads you to marry the right person, whether that leads you to ask the right person for help, whether that leads you to this information that you that is like just out of your sight, that you need to think outside the box about. It's going to help you manifest this new opportunity or this new wealth that is going to help completely transform the situation that you've been in, where you may have felt blocked, where you may have felt like there was some losses. There's always an exchange of death for life. So, you know, maybe whatever this is, these losses that you have incurred, whatever they may be, those losses needed to happen in order to manifest this brand new energy, this gift from the gods. Something has to die in order for something to live. We live by what we slay. So, you know, Cancer, there may have been some things that are going on with you. Maybe some of you Cancers had to cut out some bad habits because you were losing. And because it was draining on your resources. And some of you Cancers may have really buckled down and decided to make a change. And see, now we're up to 3 major arcana here. I feel like some of you Cancers have dug back and focused on your morals and your values and the things that were taught to you and instilled in you. And it helped you to stand your ground and make change. Some of you Cancers may have started to see the truth about some things about who you were. And some of you may have sought some spiritual counsel, you know, or some sort of counsel to help you turn your life and your situation around. And maybe that King of Cups was who you sought counsel in. And I just, honey, oh my goodness, don't let this, if this outcome card goes against me, because, you know, Cancer, I like this for you. Let's see what the outcome is. The outcome is the 6 of Wands reversed. Interesting. Again, this talks about, this is about, this is ruled by Jupiter and Leo, under the energies of Jupiter and Leo. And this is about victory. This is about success. Cancer, you're going to have to stick to your guns. In order to win, you're going to have to stick to your guns. I think what this Six of Wands reversed is saying is that if, like I said, this answer, this solution, I feel like this is, like a band-aid on a pipe. It's a temporary solution, maybe to a long-term situation. And there's definitely some things that are going to change. There's some transformations that are going to be made. But Cancer, I'm feeling like if you don't stick to your guns, whatever you've gained, you can lose that again. For some of you, I'm feeling like I feel like what the Six of Wands is really actually, it's not a huge deal. I feel like you find these solutions to your issues, but I kind of feel like maybe it is a little bit of laziness involved that could possibly keep you from the full success that you're looking for if you fall off, if you allow yourself, to not learn from the changes that you've had to make